me awesome. Cause me to be right. He called me awesome. So the single is awesome. He called me awesome. Cause me to be right. He called me awesome. So the single is awesome. He called me awesome. All the girls I like all around and town. You know what you take him down. I know what you do. Take him down. He called me awesome. Cause I need to be screwed around. He called me awesome. So the single is awesome. I like to dance around. My life is so fun. If I should have told you this really sounds, I don't know. Everybody was thinking, what a sound, I know. She wanted to just see me in my hands now. Think I had to go skip up a crowd. One of the girls, she did this now, movie. I think she wanted to be in a movie. Because she couldn't do herself, see. She got me that kind of people feel out of survey. Because her heart is good. Now I'm what she must see the word, man. Like we could love you. You know that we have to make a baby. I love to drink no matter what's up. You know we do this drinking food. Yes. No, I got a jumping off the job. She let me when my time visited them. I believe she loved the making song. She loved the tea up in there, come. I can call her the Amazon. She got you all this is coming from. I will never we got them. Now we so to be another song. She said that everything you come, they can come wrong. Come to the accident, yeah. Living for fashion, no after. And then for snaps, jiggling cheeks out, keep the taxing. Cause I mean, to be super dying. And you know, you can be mine. But I'm feeling straight. We call me awesome. Cause I mean, we school alive. We call me awesome. So we will awesome. We call me awesome. Cause I mean, we school alive. We call me awesome. So we will awesome.
What up, YouTube universe? It's the dark skin, amazing American. Now, look, I'm talking about these Lakers that I love so much because I'm a Laker fan. So, for no one who doesn't know, make sure you press like and subscribe so I can keep doing this stuff. So, the Lakers, we was playing the Pelicans. The Pelicans was trying to give it to us. And the game kind of looked a little hectic skecter in the beginning, like the first half. I think we turned it up around the third quarter. We started moving the ball around. We had great shooting from the 3-point line. I think our 3-point, we were doing really good from the arc, from the 3-point island. All right. Our snipers was on point. I think LeBron kind of brung it to facing center, how we dictated and how we kind of gradually got over the Pelicans within the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, we just kind of sealed the deal. You know what I'm saying? Put the foot to the gas and just smashed. You know what I'm saying? It was a good team. It wasn't like they was just sitting back and just, and not trying to hoop. They was hooping. It's just the thing, we were clicking on cylinder. We started making more shots around the third and fourth quarter. And from there, our defense started closing in on them. And then at that point, it was like, they was trying, but to no prevail. You know what I mean? We kind of got the game. We kind of feel that we had the game. And when we play with the cohesiveness, our chemistry is destined to win. I like when we play and a lot of other people getting, buckets. Again, I think the baseline three is infamous. The reason why I say I keep stressing about the baseline three because a lot of people don't like guarding the baseline. So you had a big in the center position in where the basket is at. You know what I'm saying? The baseline to me is like the shortest part of the court to get to the basket. So when you there, not a lot of people guard the baseline because they would have to come up. If we talk about the Pelicans was doing, they would have to come off that baseline and come up to anybody who's coming from the front of the key of the offense to play defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for someone to run off the baseline and come on top of the key and play defense. When you were there at that baseline at the 3-point position, it makes it even better. And trust me, when you hit them shots, it makes it's way better. When we wrong, hitting the top of the key threes is cool and all of that. But that baseline three, and then you don't got that much room to work with. You know what I'm saying? If somebody pump fake, you go right out of bounds if you jump. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a lot of room you work with, but that's what makes it so delicate. You understand? Because you don't have a lot of room. You can't put 3 or 4 people over there at the baseline three, guarding the baseline three. You could probably put 2, almost 3, uh, but you're gonna have somebody open. So somebody try to double you at that baseline, guess what? Somebody gonna be open and cut to the basket. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a strategy that I believe we can utilize if people still keep making those threes on baseline level. You know me, and I do this. I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. You see my videos. If you like and subscribe, you see how I let that thing fly. You know what I'm saying? So I even got a little rhyme. You know, to what I do on the court because I do it. It's pickup games is infamous with me, man. So one of my lines that I go with is that hold on, you remember how it goes? Is hold on, I might have to dig it up again. But yeah, I got a whole little. It's cold right there. Oh, I know what it is. I still want to get a refreshment on what I already wrote, what I do on the court. Yeah, so let me hold on. Let me get to it. Mm, oh, I remember. I say, I stretch out the D so you can see and basically hit the baseline three. Ooh wee. You know what I'm saying? And in one of my videos, I hit like 5 in a row. You know what I mean? Just nothing but baseline threes. Just that, that, and trust me, them baseline threes, it sucks the air out of the opponent. It do because it's like, damn, he just man, and it's the shortest part to get into the rim. Top of the key is the longest part. You spread it out from there. If we talking about the 3-point line in itself, the top of the key is the longest part from the rim. Okay, the shortest part, as far as making threes to the rim, is the baseline three. So that's why I say I stretch out the D so you can see and hit the baseline three. Ooh, and yours truly. So I made my own, you know what I'm saying? My rhymes to what I do and letting that thing fly. So hopefully y'all like and subscribe. So it's an offensive threat to pretty much any defense that's being played out there. Because either you're gonna guard the three and where the baseline at. And remember, it's the shortest part of the court. So if somebody pump fake and the defense jump on it, they can blow by them. Or you could try to play it safe and see if they can make that three. You know what I'm saying? And then when they hit that thing, it's gonna be like, yeah. The defense can make a choice. But you ain't got that much time, especially with a shooter like me. You ain't got that much time with me. You just don't. You ain't got that much time with me. I ain't gonna give you enough time. You know what I'm saying? I catch that thing, I'll shoot that thing in like 5.2 seconds. Depends on where the defense is at, or how they playing me, or you know what I'm saying. So I can make you what you want to do. You want to sit there and watch me shoot the three? I'm gonna shoot the thing. So it's a tricky thing. Offensively, it's a tricky thing, and it kind of does mess with the defense a little because you choose to either guard it or if you're not there in time and they're a quick shooter, something similar to me, then you ain't really got much time to think. You see, that's why I love the baseline three. People don't understand that top of the key is one thing, but they could double you, triple you, quadruple you. You know what I'm saying? So they'll see you coming in the top of the key. But if you go over there at that baseline, it's a hidden spot on the court that kind of like, dang, like, is he gonna make that thing? Well, yeah, let it fly, man. So it's a great strategy to use against any defense. And again, it's the shortest part as far as hitting a three on the court offensive. I'm gonna say it again. It's the shortest part as far as hitting the three offensively. The shortest part. It's the top of the key is longer. If you go further out and you buy the logo, we all know that's longer than any other part of the three. You understand me? But people don't get it. That baseline three is the shortest three out of all the threes. You did, whether you left or right, it don't matter which hand you shoot with. As long as you can make that thing, and you'll make any defense wonder what you gonna do with it again. And that's what you do. You make them pay. They ain't there in time, you let that thing fly. You know what I'm saying? They play a little too close. You could pump fake, move out the way. You know what I'm saying? You could pump fake, go the other way or go the other way, readjust your shot, and let that thing fly. Again, it's one of the trickiest damn threes because it's not like the top of the key. The top of the key, they can double you, they can triple you, they can try to trap you. So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? You can pump fake and do the same thing, but it comes with more defenders. And because this is the shortest part of the court, that baseline three is the hitting three because you got certain choices to make. They can't really trap you too much because it's going to leave somebody open. Same thing similar to the top of the key, but the only difference is they see you more. And with the baseline, if you on a baseline three, it's only certain things you can do. And you right to the basket. If you know how to cut to the basket, lay it up or dunk or whatever, you right there. So it's a little different than using all the defenders to stop somebody that's coming from the top of the key compared to somebody who is at the baseline three. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only so many people you can put right there. The most you could probably put is what? Three people. You know what I'm saying? you know. So it's a tricky thing, and I like how we used it to our advantage. Yeah, a lot of people don't like guarding that baseline three. They don't. That's just professionally. That's street basketball. That's pickup game. That's anywhere you go. Ain't nobody gonna want to keep guarding at that baseline three. They just ain't. And you can catch them slipping so easily. That's why they don't want to guard it so much. Because you rise up and they hit them hands up and you shoot right to the basket. Nope. Get up out of here. Lay it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's quick. If you quick and you know how to move your feet, you got foot coordination and eye contact with the rim. Ball handling is okay. It's gonna hurt the defense. Trust and believe. It's not something that people don't understand. Like some people, they don't understand the basketball aspects of offensively baseline three. They just think, okay, well, I can hit this baseline three. Woo. You got to have a certain amount of time to hit it if the defender's not around. If there is, you can always still, if you have nice dribbles, you can go across, you can go, excuse me, you can cross up a little bit, between your legs, come back to the baseline three. I've seen that. See somebody like they going to the rim, they stop, get right back to the baseline three again, pull up, let that thing go, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's my little mix of it. My breakdown to how we kind of, stop them from pursuing. If you look at all the shots that we have made, of course, we have made a lot of inside shots. Don't get me wrong. Uh, you know, Jumpers in full effect. If we're talking about 16, 18 footers, you know what I'm saying? That's within the bat, within this, away from the 3 point line, like inside the 3 point line, should I say? So it's not threes, but you got to, if you mix them all up, confuse any defense because they ain't gonna know what you're gonna do. Either you coming in or you coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, and most defense do not guard that baseline three like that. They guard the top of that key three more than that baseline. So if you look at the game, let's break down the Lakers game. Make sure y'all press like and subscribe so I can do the damn thing. Okay, so let's look at the game. Let's look at for what it is. Let's see exactly how the score point and everything was. So Mr. the King LeBron James had 37-7. Okay, so we look at him and see what his game was like, which was decent. I mean, good. Aiden had 11 rebounds, and he had 10. Okay. Aiden had 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Pretty good. Mr. King James had 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 30 points. You feel me? Okay. Marcus Smart had 4 assists, 13 points. It's pretty cool. Mr. Luka the Don had 2 rebounds. Oh, my bad. Let me back to Marcus Smart. He had 6 rebounds, 2 rebounds, 10 assists, and 30 points, which is hell. That's really good right there. That's really good. Connect had 2 threes within 11 minutes. That means he was catching and shooting. See, that's the deadly part about shooters. Shooters don't have to have a lot of minutes to get them points because they literally live at the 3 point line. You feel me? So when the ball handler is doing a thing, the shooter is just waiting for him to pass it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so Andrew had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 points. Smith had 1 rebound and 1 assist. Hayes had 3 rebounds and 2 points. So we had a decent game. All in all, it was 111 to 103. The Pelicans ain't like a super team. You know what I mean? But we still got the win. I think if we need to utilize that baseline three more, we need to work on that. And everybody else can, if they work that baseline three like they're supposed to, it's going to be easier for Luka, the Don, LeBron to kick it out. Because if you notice, when they're more like north and south, they come in through the top of the key, do their little moves to either make a 15, 16 footer. You know what I'm saying? Luka, he likes to shoot it from the top of the key sometimes. Bron, he'll shoot it, but he ain't, that's not his thing. He mainly want to get in there and make sure that the, offensive it's flowing, so he might give it off. But mainly, they like to pass it to people at the baseline. So if my shooters on my team is ready, it's nothing the defense can do, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna either double LeBron or Luka the Don, and then you can just kick that thing out. Somebody there catch it and just release, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They kill them all the time. Because who's gonna stop that? You're gonna have to double them. You ain't gonna let him go 1-on-1. If you look at every team that plays us, they do not let us go ISO. And if they do, LeBron about to have a 40-point game or 50. If they do, Luka gonna have 50 or 40-some point game. That's if they let us go ISO a lot, because you know how they play. So what I need my shooters to do is to work that baseline three, because that's gonna kill any team, because they're gonna either have to double LeBron or Luka the Don. And trust me, it's ugly when we all make them baseline threes. It's ugly for any team. Because I feel like we can get, like, off the bench, we can get some 20-point bangers. I know we can, because we've done it before. We can get people in double figures, but everybody got to make their shots. Okay, so that's my take to how we can eliminate teams, not the teams we supposed to be, but the elite teams. If everybody work on that and just become shooters at the baseline three, it's going to be a great nucleus to how to beat teams. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to win regardless, but let's be real. We was meant to beat them. They didn't really have it. Just think about it. They didn't have it. Um, we was meant to beat them. Their record speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no outstanding record. You get what I'm saying? We still won, and that's granted, but I want us to be more offensively deadly. I know we can play better than that. Even though we won, I'm not taking nothing away from it. I just feel like got a lot of the bench to have 20-point bangers too. A lot of people off the bench can have 20-point bangers. It don't have to necessarily be our top two players scoring 30. They can score 30, but the rest of my bench should have like 21. A piece, at least three bench players, 21. That's not asking much, because guess what? If you at that baseline three and they kick it out to you, you ready to make that, you may let it fly. Come on now. It ain't no deny. Make sure y'all press like and subscribe. So that's my take to the whole thing, and I'll catch y'all next time.